everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm a few minutes late. I lost track of time. Oh, I guess I can take my glasses off. I lost track of time. Oh my God, I sure did. My friend Renee messaged me and she's like, hey, are you going to go live? And I'm like, what time is it? I didn't even realize it was after 8 o'clock. What is up, everybody? Do me a favor as you're hopping on. Please feel free to say hello in the comments below. Everything is like super delayed now on Facebook Live. So I can't see anybody yet. I have no idea if you guys are here. So the only way that I can tell is if you say hello, what's up, how's it going in the comments below. Let me know where you are tuning in from and that you are here. I normally don't do this. I can't stand when people do this, but since we're inside of a group, I want to wait and see if a couple people will hop on. Because of course this is all for you guys, and the more y'all are here and can ask questions, the better this live is going to be. So hopefully I'm live in the right spot, number one, because I sure did do this really quickly. And hopefully number two, a couple of you guys can jump on in. So I can't tell if anything is going on right now. Hang on, I'm pushing the buttons. I'm trying to make sure I'm in the right spot, but I can't tell where I'm at right now. But yeah, hopefully I'm in the right spot. Am I? Are y'all here? Okay. I see somebody popping up. Am I in the right spot? Because I really don't want to do this and I'm not in the right spot, and then it's just all for no reason. Well, I guess I could just make it a recorded video and then share it if I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Hey, Renee, I see Renee hopping on. Can you confirm for me I'm in the right spot, please? My love? Everything is like super delayed. Okay. Well, I see a person. Hopefully I'm in the right spot. If I'm not, I'll use it as a recorded video and then post it in here. Anyway, I'm Erika-Michelle Best, your mentor at Ignition Switch, igniting you to be the best you. And I just wanted to hop in here and do a live question and answers in regards to, oh, thank you so much, Renee. I don't know how delayed this is, but your comment just popped up. I just wanted to do like a live Q&A to hop in here. I know that I post about our sales going on, about our products and stuff like that. And I just really wanted to connect with you guys and see, what your goals are, what I can help with, and all that kind of stuff. So this will literally just be a place where you can, kind of ask questions, talk about your struggles. Now, I did make a question earlier today asking what some of your struggles were. So I am going to go over a couple of those. Oh, praise God. I'm in your daily dose. Okay, thank you. So I'm going to go over a couple of those, which they're pretty common struggles that a lot of people go through during their weight loss journey. So I'm going to go through a couple of those with some solutions to some of that. And then based on if comments will work properly, I'll be doing like some freebies and stuff like that. Oh, it's okay, Renee. I'm just glad it's working. I just don't know how delayed the comments are. So as you're hopping on, I see a couple more people hopping on. As you're hopping on, just drop hello in the comments below. Let me know that you are here. And we will kick this thing off. So hopefully a couple more people will hop on as we go through this. I'll just start going through some of the struggles, and then if people start hopping on, they can start kind of asking their questions live and stuff like that. So who's ready to kick this thing off? I'm super excited. Okay, so a couple of the things I want to talk about is what was on that post that I made earlier as far as like some of the struggles that people are having. And again, it is like very common things. Like everybody goes through a lot of these same struggles, especially if you're just starting out your weight loss journey or you fell off the wagon. And falling off the wagon is harder than even getting started. It is like super hard to get back on the wagon than it is just to get started in general. So I'm going to come with a couple of tips to help with that. One of the things that was on there, and I'm trying to think of how I want to address. Okay, I'm going to start with craving the sweet stuff, right? Sweets cravings. Sugar is, if any of y'all have ever heard me live, sugar is probably one of the most interesting additives I've ever seen in my entire life, because it's something we don't need. It's in everything and it's highly addictive. So no wonder we all struggle to get off of sugar, right? Or we struggle to limit, our sugar intake, because it's really addictive. It gives a euphoric feeling, all these things. And so it can be really difficult to not want those things. Typically, when your body is craving one thing, it's actually needing something completely different. Okay? So usually, like, for instance, if you're a carb craving person, like me, for instance, like I'm a total 100% recovering carbaholic, okay? And when you're craving carbs, typically your body is needing chromium, okay? Chromium is one of the main ingredients in our coffee and supplement. And the reason why is because it helps reduce the sugar and carb cravings. So it's actually not the very thing that you're craving. It's a different type of mineral or vitamin that your body is craving. And in our minds, we associate it with these things. So for those people that are craving, sweets and carbs and stuff like that, like, I highly encourage you to drink your coffee and find alternatives to the not so great sugar, right? So there are, so while you may want something to satisfy your taste buds, it doesn't have to be milk chocolate, which is really not great for you. It can be dark chocolate, which in moderation can be good for you. It can be healthy for you. Dark chocolate is actually really good for you. Cocoa, dark chocolate, is also one of the things that is in our coffee, in our hot chocolate. So finding those little tweaks to where you can satisfy that mental kind of craving and the taste buds, so to speak, you're not wreaking havoc on your goals for yourself, okay? Some of the other things that I like to eat when I'm craving something sweet is I will do a rice cake. You can do a caramel rice cake, just a plain rice cake. You can do, they have like an apple cinnamon rice cake. You can kind of do any of the rice cakes. Put a tablespoon of almond butter on it and top it with dried cranberries. It'll satisfy your sweet tooth just as much as a cupcake, a piece of cake, a brownie, or ice cream. Like, I'm not even joking. Mentally is what you're probably battling, because in your mind you want a piece of cake, a cupcake, a cookie, or whatever. But physically, as far as what your body is wanting to have happen, the rice cake with the almond butter and the dried cranberries, or the raisins, or whatever you want to put on top of it, or slice up bananas or whatever, is going to satisfy the body, right? In a healthier way. So it's kind of like a win-win. So you kind of curb that sweet tooth, satisfy the hunger, and not wreak havoc on your goals, right? Or on your weight loss journey. So those are just a couple of the things that I recommend for people that are like craving sweets and stuff like that. For my carb people, some of the healthier alternatives, again, this is just about like swapping out some of the not so healthy ones with the little bit healthier alternative. So instead of eating regular potatoes, eat sweet potatoes or red potatoes. Red potatoes are really good for you. Eat it with the skin on. All of the potassium and the nutrients are in the skin of the potato. So eat it with the skin on. I do rosemary potatoes a lot. I cube them up, put them in a casserole dish, top them with sea salt, fresh garlic powder, a little bit of onion, and some rosemary, and stick them in the oven and bake them. And oh my God, rosemary red potatoes are so delicious. They're so absolutely delicious. Do any of you guys eat red potatoes? Because they're actually really, really good. You want to eat small amounts of them. You don't want to gorge on them because it is still a potato, but it's a healthier alternative to a white potato, russet potato, like things like that. Sweet potato is another alternative. Don't load it up with, butter and brown sugar and cinnamon and nutmeg and all those things when you think like sweet potatoes like for the holidays. But just bake you a sweet potato, slice it open, put a little bit of sea salt, a sliver of butter. It doesn't have to be a whole lot, but just a sliver of butter to give it a little bit of flavor, and bam, you got a sweet potato. You're satisfying that carb craving, okay? Quinoa and brown rice. Quinoa and brown rice are really great alternatives to white rice or something like that. So you can kind of, one of my favorite meals like during the day is, I love red potatoes too, Renee. One of my favorite meals during the day is a can of tuna and a cup of brown rice. Well, a cup of cooked, not like a whole, not like the whole. And actually, I don't even think it's a cup. I think it's a quarter cup that I eat. I don't know. I don't remember. I'll go look at my menu. But tuna and then a side of brown rice. It is like really good. I just top it with a little bit of sea salt, mix it all together, and I just eat it just like that. Like that's it. I don't put anything else on it. And when I say tuna, I just mean literally the can of tuna. I don't mean tuna with Miracle Whip, pickles, onions, apples, and all the things. I just mean just straight up the can of tuna, drain it, dump it on the plate, mix it with your brown rice, and like bam, your meal is done. So all of those things, if you're doing those kind of throughout the day, which leads me to the next point, then during the evening, you're not wanting to snack so much. Another thing that's great that'll satisfy the carbs is apples. Apples are high in carbs. Apples are good to eat during the day. So if you are a person who likes carbs, eat you an apple during the day, because it's one of the fruits that is the highest in carbs, but it's a good carb for you and it provides fuel for your body. So do apples and stuff like that instead of a cookie or a piece of cake. Don't know what I'm saying? Which then brings me into like nighttime eating. Somebody said that they struggle with like nighttime eating. That is something that I struggle with because I can literally go the whole day without eating because I stay so busy. I'm with the kids, I'm with the whatever. So I can literally go the whole day without eating. And then in the evening, it's just like my body is just like trying to catch up on all the things it missed out on throughout the day. And so I'll find myself just like snacking and eating, snacking and eating, snacking and eating. And it's frustrating. It's annoying, quite frankly, because it's the worst time to want to pile on a bunch of calories in food, right? If you're eating consistently throughout the day and drinking about 30 ounces of water between each meal, it will help you avoid the nighttime eating. And I can attest to this with actual like tried and true like happenings because I actually did this. So I drink about 30 ounces of water between each meal and I eat about every 3 hours. So the more you do that, the less hungry you are in the evening. So that'll kind of help curb the nighttime snacking and eating and all of that other kind of stuff. And then the other thing, there was 3 other things, which I don't know if I'll talk about one of these because she's not on here. Consistency. Like who struggles with consistency? I still to this day struggle with consistency. I'm not going to even lie. Like there are days where like I still have to go and do like a workout because I haven't done it yet. And there are days where like I really struggle with consistency. So it's something that we all deal with. It's totally, completely 100% normal. But I think there's no easy fix for that. There's no like program that can teach you like how to be more consistent. Really what that boils down to is having integrity with yourself and understanding that you made a commitment to do these things and now you're going to go do it because you've made a promise to yourself. So it's really about having integrity with yourself. I invited her, but she is busy normally at this time. Okay, I got you. She can catch the replay. It's really about having more integrity with yourself because integrity and character is what you're doing when nobody's watching. Like that's where it really comes in. So as much as like I can share with you guys about, you know, when I eat right and go to the gym and do all these things, only I know what I'm doing in private. Only I know the days where I've eaten like crap. Only I know the days where I haven't made it to the gym. And so even though you guys may not know, I know for myself. And that is enough to like eat you up inside because when you look at yourself in the mirror, you know what you said you set out to do and what you didn't do. So really it's about finding that integrity within yourself to be true to yourself and live up to your own word. It's the same as like what we teach our kids, like be a person of your word, right? There's nothing more important than your word when it comes to like dealing with people and in everyday life. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Well, do the same thing for yourself. Have that integrity with yourself. And as I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, I'm gonna hop off here and go do my cardio because I sure need to go get on that treadmill, okay? And so that is where your consistency will start to come in when you start having that integrity with yourself and then practicing that self-discipline that is required to reach your goals. I would have lost all the weight long time ago, right? Had I not started. I kept stopping and starting. I'd have like a couple of good weeks or whatever, and then I would like fall off the wagon. And then it would be months before I got back on the wagon. And then I would start back up again. So each time and each day that goes by that you don't do something towards your goal, it's just time passing. The time is going to pass anyway. And then next year, you're going to be wondering what the heck you did last year or why you didn't do last year what you wanted to do and now struggling with the same thing going into the next year. So really, it's just about finding that integrity. The more you can find integrity in yourself, the more you can find consistency in what you do. And this is with anything. This is with your weight loss journey. This is with your job. This is with your business. This is with school. This is with anything. The more integrity you have with yourself, the better able you are to go achieve what it is you set out to achieve. And it is so hard to start over. It's harder to start over than to just get started. It really is. It's the same with kind of like smoking. Really, like it's harder to quit the second time around than the first time around. Like, if we would just quit and just not start back, like, it would just be so much easier, right? And it's the same with this. You know, you get to going, you get a little bit of results, and then you stop for some reason. And most people do this. They'll get a little bit of results. They'll lose 10, 20, maybe even 30 pounds. And then they start splurging. They start seeing where I call it the danger zone. They start seeing where they have a little bit of room to play around with a brownie, a cookie, you know, eating out, all these things. And before you know it, you've reverted back to all of the same lifestyle choices that got you to where you were from the very, very, very beginning. And it is very difficult to get back on track. It's so hard. I used to tell clients all the time when I was a personal trainer that going to the gym is like going to church. Once you stop going, it gets easier and easier to not go back. And it's the same way in your weight loss journey. Once you get off track, it is easier and easier to spend another day, because you'll tell yourself, oh, well, I messed up here, so I'll just waste the day and just eat whatever I want, and then I'll start back tomorrow. And then you start back tomorrow and you're like, oh, well, I've got leftovers. So then you eat the leftovers and you're like, okay, well, I'll start back on Monday. And then Monday comes around and then you're like, well, it's almost the end of the month, so I'll start at the first of the month. And then before you know it, it's been 3-4 months of you telling yourself why you're waiting to get back started. So it's rough. It's really rough. It is so much harder to start back once you stop. And I can speak from 100% experience on that. Okay. The other thing was the cost of healthy eating. So this is an interesting one, because we are still in the mindset that eating healthy costs more money than everything else. And that's really just no longer true. I could see where there was a time where that was true, but it's no longer true. Like, I think about when me, Michael, and the kids, when we go to Chick-fil-A and we all each get a meal, it's almost $40. Do you know how much $40 in healthy foods cost at the grocery store? Or how much food you would get with $40 from the grocery store? Even healthy food, even fresh produce, lean meats. It's so much more than that one freaking meal you can eat for 2 or 3 days. 5 people could eat on that for 2 or 3 days. When combined, and you make some type of recipe or food or dinner or lunch or whatever. So it's really, nowadays, fast food, convenience foods, and junk food costs just as much as eating healthy. And then the bigger difference is you're actually saving money, because as you eat unhealthy, you start feeling like crap. And so then you start going to the doctor. So then they start telling you need this prescription and that prescription and all of these things, when really so much of it can be just controlled with food. So you actually end up spending more money in the long run than just kind of eating healthier. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I've even showed Nala where eating out, because she was like, I don't understand, if we're paying money for food, why is eating out more expensive than like just buying groceries? And a couple weeks ago, I went to Jason's Deli to get like their side salad so I could come home and put like some chicken on it or whatever, and just eat it at home, because I didn't feel like doing all the like vegetables and all that kind of stuff. It was late. And the side salad was $8. It was this itty bitty salad, y'all, like itty bitty salad. And I went back and I got my money back, and I was like, no. And I went to the grocery store and went and got all the things to make the salad. And I told Nala, I said, see how much more food I got. I said, that's this one single serving side salad, because the Jason's Deli side salad is literally like half a cup of lettuce, 3 cucumbers, 2 tomatoes, and like something else. The guy actually explained to me it's a formula that they have to go get when you go through the drive-thru to get the side salad. So anyway, I was able to go to the grocery store and get a 16-ounce thing of spinach, the cucumbers, like all the things, and it was like literally like $12 or $13. Girl, I was so mad, Renee. Ooh, I was so mad. It was literally like $12 or $13, and I had enough spinach for 5 days of food, because I eat about 4 ounces of spinach a day, and actually for 4 days of food, because it was a big 16-ounce container. And then of course the cucumber, I had enough cucumber for all 4 days as well. And I mean, it was literally like $4 more than the side salad at Jason's Deli. So it's really no longer more expensive to eat healthy than it is eating out, especially when you're talking a family. Because when you're talking a family, like it's expensive as heck for us to eat out. Like when you're talking 5 people and 2 of them want to eat grown folk meals and not like the kids meal, like it gets pretty pricey. Okay. So I think we have to have a mindset shift and really understand that healthy, organic, whole foods is no more expensive than the crap food. It just isn't anymore. And just put it to the test. Literally put it to the test. Go to the grocery store and go buy $50 worth of whole, real food. And then go to freaking Popeye's Chicken and go get you some chicken sandwiches for everybody and see. And I guarantee you it's going to be about the same cost. Because then Popeye's chicken sandwiches are expensive and they're nasty. They're disgusting. I can't stand them. I don't know if y'all like Popeye's chicken sandwich, but they are gross. Okay, so consistency, cost of eating healthy, binge carving, craving sweets. Alcohol was the last one. Y'all, I had created an entire brand for myself, personal brand for myself on surviving on wine, Jesus and wine, okay? I was all about my mommy wine in the evenings. I'd have a glass of wine after the kids went to bed. Sometimes I'd soak in the bathtub and relax and all of those things, right? Once I realized, and Jessica's on here, she can attest to this. Once I realized the impact alcohol has on your body and how long it takes for your body to metabolically recover from alcohol, I have not touched a drop of alcohol since May of this year, okay? Since May of this year. And I guess to me, right, how I think of things, there's very few times where I can freely just eat whatever I want. And I would rather eat my calories than drink my calories, okay? And I would rather eat something that's not going to take my body 3 days to metabolically recover from. So I know I put this in the comments of the post earlier, but it does. It takes your body 3 days to metabolically recover from, girl, we don't need alcohol when we're together. It takes your body 3 days to metabolically recover from alcohol. And actually what happens with your body when it consumes alcohol, it has to stop what it was doing to rid itself of the liquor. So let's say your body was burning the calories from the meal you just ate and you go and slam back Thirsty Thursday drink with the little umbrella on it, your body will stop burning calories from that previous meal to start working on getting rid of this alcohol. So, y'all, I'm telling y'all, the body is one of the most amazing things in the entire world to me. Alcohol contributes to obesity. And when you think about it like that, it's hard to pick up that glass again. So I don't even have a desire to drink anymore. Like none whatsoever. Because again, number one, I'd rather eat my calories than drink them. That's number one. It's also why I don't do sodas and juices and stuff like that. Because I would rather eat than drink calories, okay? And number two, if it's contributing to the obesity, beer, because of the yeast in beer, contributes to belly fat. That's why it's called a beer belly, because it's literally like binding to your stomach. So beer contributes to like the belly fat. White wines is so much sugar. Then you're putting your pancreas in overdrive trying to filter all that out. So then it's like spiking your insulin. Like there's so much going on in the body when you consume alcohol, is my point. It's just not even worth it. I mean, it's legitimately just not worth it. And so when you think about it like that, it's a little easier to not pick up that glass. When you really understand the association and what's actually happening in your body as you consume it, at least for me, it was a whole lot easier to stay away from alcohol. I legitimately have not had alcohol since May when I celebrated my 40th birthday, and I have no desire to, none whatsoever. Every once in a while, I'm like, I could go for a drink right now, but again, then when I think about like what it's going to take for me to burn that all, it sets you back so many days. And I'm sorry, like an alcoholic beverage just isn't worth it. Not to me. Now, I mean, a Chick-fil-A sandwich, a Chick-fil-A cookie, some Chick-fil-A fries, like some food, okay, maybe, but not alcohol, y'all. Not alcohol, okay? So those are just some of the things you can remind yourself of. If you're that type of person that likes to partake in a glass of wine or throw back a beer or have yourself a drink or something like that. When you think about a couple of things like that, like maybe it'll help you kind of like steer clear of the alcohol, okay? And not to mention the havoc it wreaks on your skin and like everything else, okay? So that's just what I wanted to go over. Like a couple more people will come in and watch the replay or whatever. If you have any questions at all, feel free to drop them in the comments below. The coffee system, which is really what I was wanting to do like a live Q&A about, like to help you, with your supplements and, how to take them and, all that kind of stuff. The coffee system is designed to really help you. It's designed to help you with all of these struggles. It's designed to help you reduce those sugar and carb cravings. It's designed to help you have enough energy to get up and want to move your body and go work out and do all those things. It's designed to help you jumpstart your weight loss program so you can really start seeing those results that you want to see for yourself, okay? So if you have any questions at all about your coffee system, any struggles you're having with your coffee system or whatever, just put them in the comments below. And I will be happy to answer any and all of those questions. In the comments as, you guys catch the replay or do whatever. I'm so sorry I was running a few minutes late. Sorry about yesterday because I sure forgot the kids had to go to a Bible study and practice for their Christmas play for the church. But I'm going to try to hop in here weekly. I'm going to try to start hopping in here weekly just to go live with you guys, to chat it up with you guys, to, ask questions, do whatever, offer some tips and some value to you guys and stuff like that. It's my goal to at least hop in here once a week to make sure we go into 2020 ready to go. Okay, we are literally ending a decade. How you gonna start your next decade? I'll chat with y'all later. Bye.